I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee.
A picture of Erika Kirk with a ponytail and from her past. That person matches who I saw at Fort Huachuca in the lobby the night before, and she was with that man in the lobby. And that man, he was president.
The conservative movement is reeling as the tragic assassination of Charlie Kirk takes a scandalous and heartbreaking turn. Just as the nation marks the months following that fatal day in Utah, a new war has erupted, not in the courts but within the Kirk family itself. Charlie's parents are reportedly making a shocking legal demand: a mandatory DNA test for his children. This isn't just a family dispute. It's a reaction to a devastating leaked tape that allegedly catches Erika Kirk in a compromising confession regarding an ex-boyfriend. Is the perfect conservative widow actually protecting a secret that predates Charlie's death? As Candace Owens continues to leak details about Erika's robotic behavior and mysterious alibis, the public is left asking, was the movement's leader betrayed in his own home? Today, we analyze the tape, the DNA battle, and why Charlie's parents are finally breaking their silence to uncover the truth. The demand for a DNA test is the ultimate sign that the Kirk family's united front has completely collapsed. To understand why Charlie's parents would take such a drastic step, we have to look at the psychological landscape of the Kirk household following the September 10th tragedy. For years, Charlie Kirk was the face of the American youth conservative movement. His marriage to Erika France was presented as the gold standard of Christian traditionalism. But the moment Charlie was taken off the stage by a sniper's bullet in Orem, Utah, the mask began to slip. According to insiders, Charlie's parents, who have remained largely in the shadows, began to notice a shift in Erika's demeanor that felt performative rather than grieving. But it wasn't just her behavior. It was the biological reality staring them in the face. In conservative circles, legacy is everything. For the elder Kirks, the grandchildren are the only living pieces of Charlie left on this earth. However, rumors of a secret past, including an alleged prior marriage to a man named Derek Chelsvig, began to circulate on fringe platforms like Reddit and X. While Erika has denied these claims, the seeds of doubt were planted. When Charlie was alive, his parents reportedly kept their peace for the sake of his career and the Turning Point USA brand. But after the assassination, and specifically after the emergence of the leaked tape, the doubt became unbearable. The parents are now alleging that the children's physical traits do not align with the Kirk genetic lineage. This is a heavy accusation, but it's one rooted in the fear that their son's legacy is being used to shield a secret that involves a completely different man, an ex from Erika's past who may still be in the picture. Erika's reaction to the DNA request was not one of a transparent widow. It was a total lockdown. She reportedly used her new position as CEO of Turning Point USA to hire high-priced legal teams and security to keep Charlie's parents away from the children. This exile of the grandparents is what finally pushed them to the brink. In the eyes of the public, if Erika has nothing to hide, why not take the test? A simple swab would end the rumors and restore the family's honor. Instead, she has labeled the grandparents as unstable and influenced by conspiracy theorists. But the parents argue that it is Erika who is unstable. They point to her crash out during live streams where she attacks Candace Owens for asking basic questions about the assassination security. They believe Erika is gaslighting the movement to protect her own interests. The legal battle for the DNA samples is now moving through the Utah court system. If a judge grants the order, it will be the first time the genetic truth of the first family of the MAGA movement is put under a microscope. This section of the story highlights the tragic irony. The man who fought for the nuclear family may have been living in one that was built on a genetic lie. The parents aren't just fighting for a test. They are fighting to ensure that Charlie's name isn't being used to raise another man's children under a false flag. The fire was fueled further when a 14-minute audio recording surfaced on encrypted messaging apps, allegedly featuring a conversation between Erika Kirk and a man from her past. The leaked tape is the smoking gun that Charlie's parents are using as the basis for their DNA demand. In the audio, a woman sounding identical to Erika is heard discussing a private arrangement and mentioning that Charlie doesn't need to know the details of the timeline. The tape allegedly explores a relationship that never truly ended when Erika married Charlie in 2021. The ex mentioned is not just a former boyfriend. He is described as someone with deep ties to the very same circles Erika frequented before her rise to fame, including her mysterious Romanian Angels ministry. Candace Owens has hinted that Erika was placed in Charlie's life as a handler, and the tape seems to support the idea that her primary loyalty was never to Charlie, but to a shadowy figure from her past. If this tape is authentic, it changes the motive for the September 10th assassination. We are told by the FBI that Tyler Robinson was a lone gunman. But what if Charlie was on the verge of discovering the truth? What if he had finally questioned the paternity of his children, or the nature of Erika's business trips to military bases like Fort Huachuca? The tape suggests a woman who was managing a crisis, not a woman in love. It depicts a tactical operative who was ensuring that her ex remained a ghost in the background while Charlie was the face of the operation. Critics of the tape argue that it could be a sophisticated AI deepfake, but Charlie's parents have reportedly had the audio analyzed by independent forensic experts. These experts found no digital artifacts, typically associated with AI generation. They also noted that the tape mentions specific donor names and private flight logs that only someone within the inner circle would know. This is why the tape has caused such a crash out in the Kirk camp. It's not just gossip, it's a detailed map of a double life. The connection between the ex and the assassination is the darkest part of the theory. Candace Owens has leaked information about Egyptian military planes tracking Erika leading up to the shooting. If the ex is part of a foreign or domestic intelligence apparatus, then the children aren't just children, they are the leverage used to keep Erika in line. This is why she cannot allow a DNA test. A negative result wouldn't just be a scandal, it would be proof of a deep state infiltration into the heart of the conservative movement. The tape is the psychological evidence that Erika was never the Christian housewife the world thought she was. She was a woman living a lie, and the real father of her children might just be the real mastermind behind the events in Utah. Every word on that tape is a dagger in the heart of the Kirk legacy, and the parents are determined to make sure those words are heard in a court of law. The cheating scandal and the assassination cover-up are two sides of the same coin. You cannot look at the DNA war without looking at the metadata lies that Candace Owens has been exposing. One of the most damning pieces of evidence is Erika's whereabouts on September 8th, just 2 days before Charlie was killed. A retired U.S. Army staff member named Mitch Snow appeared on Candace's podcast and alleged that he saw Erika at Fort Huachuca, a major military intelligence hub in Arizona. When this came to light, Erika didn't provide a straight answer. Instead, she had her spokesperson, Andrew Colvett, send a photo to a YouTuber to prove she was at home with her kids. But the metadata on that photo was for September 9th, not the 8th. This is what Candace calls intentional disinformation. Why would a widow lie about her schedule right before her husband was killed? The answer, according to the DNA theorists, is that she was meeting with the ex, or his handlers at the base, to finalize the transition of power within TPUSA. Charlie's parents are now using this metadata error to argue that Erika is an unreliable narrator of her own life. They believe the Superman bullet story, the claim that a surgeon told Erika that Charlie's body miraculously stopped the bullet, is another fabrication. No surgeon has ever come forward to confirm those words. In fact, Candace Owens alleges that the story came directly from Erika's own mouth to create a heroic myth that would stop people from asking for an autopsy. To this day, the autopsy report of Charlie Kirk has been withheld from the public, and Erika is the one holding the keys. This pattern of lying about small things, dates, metadata, quotes, is why the parents are so insistent on the DNA test. They realize that if she can lie about a military base meeting, she can lie about who the father of her children is. They are looking at the sentinels and robots surrounding Erika and seeing an organization that has been compromised. The ex-husband rumor involving Derek Chelsvig, which Erika claims is a hoax, is being re-examined by the parents' legal team. They are looking for records in Iowa and Romania to see if a prior marriage was erased from the digital record. The Fort Huachuca mystery is the center of the storm. If Erika was there, she was there for a reason. Was it to discuss the exit of Charlie? Was it to secure her future as the CEO of Turning Point USA? The fact that she rose to power so quickly after the assassination taking the deal that Charlie reportedly turned down is a red flag for many. The parents believe Erika is protecting the real killer because the real killer is someone she has a personal and perhaps biological connection to. The DNA test is the only way to break the spell. If the children aren't Charlie's, then the widow has no standing. The metadata lies were the first crack in the dam, and now the parents are ready to let the whole truth flood out. They aren't just seeking a test. They are seeking an ending to a script that they believe was written by enemies of their son. As Erika Kirk crashes out on live streams, calling her critics unstable and anti-Semitic, she is utilizing what Candace Owens calls the sentinel defense. This is the tactic of mimicking human emotion, grief, outrage, fear, to avoid answering technical questions about evidence. Erika has framed herself as the grieving widow being harassed by conspiracy theorists, but Charlie's parents argue that it is she who is the conspiracy. The final part of this investigation looks at the brand survival of Turning Point USA. Since September 10th, the organization has pivoted into a monetization machine for Charlie's death. From the selfie tent at AM Fest to the Charlie Kirk Memorial Funds, the business is booming. Charlie's parents see this as the ultimate betrayal. They believe Erika is feeding off the corpse of their son's legacy while hiding the truth about his children. The leaked tape is the background music to this tragedy. A woman who was already emotionally divorced from her husband long before he was ever targeted by a sniper. The real father theory is now the primary driver of the movement's internal civil war. On one side are the loyalists, who believe Erika is being framed by a deep state that hates her. On the other are the truth seekers who believe Erika is the deep state. The parents have allegedly offered Erika a deal. Take a private DNA test, and if the children are Charlie's, they will issue a public apology and stop the investigation. Erika's refusal to take even a private test has convinced them that the leaked tape is 100% accurate. We are watching the deconstruction of a modern-day myth. Charlie Kirk was the Superman of the MAGA youth, but his home life may have been a scanned operation. The sentinels in the TPUSA office are working overtime to bury the Fort Huachuca metadata and the DNA rumors, but as Candace Owens says, the truth has a way of coming out. Whether it's through a court-ordered swab or a second leaked tape, the reality of Erika Kirk's past is catching up to her. The parents' push for the DNA test is the final act of a grieving mother and father who want to know if their son's life was a total sham. They are looking at the X in the shadows and seeing a man who has successfully replaced Charlie without ever having to step into the light. This is the family secret that was never supposed to be exposed. The nude dress of the pastor's wife, a parallel scandal, was about fashion, but Erika's nude reality is about the total exposure of a political empire built on a genetic lie. As the trial in Utah approaches, the conservative world holds its breath. Will the DNA test prove the parents right? Or will Erika Kirk remain the unfathomable widow of a movement that is slowly realizing it has been led by a robot? The leaked tape was the warning. The DNA test will be the verdict. The stakes have never been higher for the future of the conservative movement. We are watching a family battle that could redefine everything we know about Charlie Kirk's legacy and his tragic end on September 10, 2025. Do you believe Charlie's parents are right to demand a DNA test after hearing the leaked tape allegations? Or is this an unfair attack on a woman who is simply trying to lead TPUSA through its darkest hour? The metadata, the Fort Huachuca mystery, and the ex-boyfriend rumors are pointing to a story that is much darker than a lone gunman. We want to hear your voice. Drop a comment below and let us know where you stand. Is Erika Kirk a grieving widow or a tactical sentinel? If you believe the truth needs to be exposed, hit that like button and share this video with everyone who cares about the movement. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because we are tracking the Utah court case and the DNA results every step of the way. Don't let the metadata lies win. Stay informed, stay bold, and stay tuned for the next update.